Hello, it's Tracy here from my UK to France during Brexit and a pandemic little run of videos. I haven't done one for a little while, but just a lovely comment from someone on YouTube. So it has inspired me to get on and give any of you that are interested an update on where we're at. So if you haven't seen things before, we are planning to get to France as residents by the end of the year. We've secured a long-term let, which is fabulous. But we are back in the UK, just a day out of our 2-week quarantine, which was fine actually. I mean, I'm really lucky that I'm able to work from home online, so that's not been too tricky. And thanks to food delivery and a teenager who did a couple of things for us, it wasn't too bad. But what it does mean is it's really tricky to come backwards and forwards as we had planned. Our hope was to do 2 weeks in France, 2 weeks here, whilst our teenagers are still in the UK. But it does make it more tricky, particularly as my son, who's staying at his dad's, doesn't feel able to be around us while we're in quarantine, although it is actually within the rules. But anyway, so it definitely makes it tricky, and he's got a birthday coming up, and we've had some hospital appointments that we can't do during quarantine, and Christmas, and there seems to be a lot of occasions where trying to get it right, that we're in France for a bit, come back, have the 2 weeks, and then have the flexibility to do what needs to be done. It's definitely making it more tricky. And I've got to be honest, I've been feeling a bit downhearted about things. I'm part of a number of really great Facebook groups, as I've said before. So expat in France, fiscal France, renovating in France, legal France, and they're all really, really insightful and helpful. But what they also really bring home, and I did know that there is a real challenge around bureaucracy, and that the pace in France is very different, but it does bring home how things are often not straightforward, and the things that we'd expect to happen fairly quickly here, it's just not the way in France, and I want to embrace that, and I want that to be part of ultimately the benefit of the different pace of being in France. But while we're trying to move things on, it is difficult. So one of our challenges since we've been back is that we had an appointment for an SFR man to come and fit an ADSL box in our apartment, because one of our big challenges about being in France at the moment is that we're not really able to work in our apartment because the internet's just been not good enough, and 4G's not good enough either. So they were booked to come on the 9th of October. And so we went into the shop in France, sorted it all out, logged onto the website, got all our profile set up and whatever, and just everything on the website doesn't work. So we wanted to change the contact number, because when we set it up we were using our landlord's number. We've since got a phone, couldn't change a number, temporarily unable to do this, the website said. And the website showed that we'd picked up the box and the equipment, which we did while we were in France, left it in the apartment, and we'd made an appointment that we'd hoped to get back for it to be fitted, but actually we weren't able to get back because of a hospital appointment that came up. But our lovely somebody who lives nearby was happy to do it for us, to be there and help him and whatever. But anyway, we did think we'd try and change the date, and there is a way on the website to do that. But of course there isn't. You press to do it. I pressed a different date, and it said temporarily unable to do this, and it said that about 10 times that day, and I tried it every day for about a week to change the appointment and wasn't able to. I phoned the English helpline. They said that, oh no, at that point we decided that we'd just leave it on that date because we had this person that would sort it out for us. But then our landlord had a text to say the date was going to change, but it didn't say that on the website. It still said they were coming on the 9th. I phoned the English helpline. They said as far as they can see, they were coming on the 9th. This brilliant person, Cami, was there to see them on the 9th. And of course, they didn't come on the 9th. She's an English native speaker, so she called for us, and it did transpire that they've changed it. And so that's just a little example of that. It just caused me to be a bit anxious because we couldn't be there. I wasn't entirely in control of when we can get back, relying on someone else who I didn't want to take advantage of to enable this to happen for us, and then not to be able to be sure that it was actually happening. So yeah, so it is interesting. So my mission at the moment is I've used one of these brilliant Facebook pages to find someone. We've had a guy that's helped us get this far, but we're looking for someone else who's a bit of a fixer, really, to help us get through the next stages. So this is what I think what I'm needing, to have somebody who I can be confident is going to be able to help us. I'm going to need to change my company to a limited company, set up as a micro entrepreneur, get into the health system. There's so much to do, and it feels a bit intimidating at the moment. And I suspect that's why I probably haven't done a video, because I'm just if my husband said, should we not do it, at the moment I think I'd go, maybe we shouldn't. But we're very good at egging each other on, and we're not giving up yet, but I am feeling quite anxious about it. I really want to get back out. It looks like we're not going to get there until the beginning of November again, and then I'll probably be able to stay for 2 or 3 weeks if the internet enables us to work. Then we'll need to come back for Christmas. Then we're going to go back again and be over for the end of December. So we're still at it. We're still trying to make it happen. Oh, by the way, it is I think, what is it today? If it was 9, 10, 11, 12, all the days roll into one, don't they? I think it's the 12th. It's Monday the 12th of October. That's where we're at. So there's still pandemic things changing all the time. Figures being just exponentially rising in the UK, dreading borders being closed down. That would certainly make things even more difficult. I definitely think I'd feel easier about it if we didn't have to be linked to the UK as much as I feel we do at the moment because of the teenagers largely. I think if we could just be over, it would certainly feel better. I think not being there, it's given me a bit too much time to overthink and over worry and see all the challenges rather than feel the excitement of the challenge and being in it. Oh, and the other thing that I'm desperately trying to do is learn French. So I'm trying to spend at least an hour a day using YouTube and a brilliant book, Learn French in 3 months, I'm trying to use to help, and I'm finding that really hard. That I find challenging. Anyway, there you go. That's the update. So we're still on it. Thankful for all the help we're getting from lovely people in France, and if you're thinking about it, definitely don't let me put you off. It's definitely doable, definitely possible, yeah, do leave comments. It's really encouraging, and if this is useful, and I'm happy to do it. Anyway, okay, thank you for listening, and I will keep you updated. Take care.